Part 2. Okay, our next area of interest, if you want to call it that, in this type of amplifier is the preamp. And what we want to do is to look at this guy. This is the first coupling cap between the stages of the amplifier. So there's a initial gain stage that brings the amp up to line level, coming right off the input jack. I believe there's a volume control after that, and a set of tone controls, and then it squirts through this rather large 0.1 cap into the next stage. What you can do is take a different value cap. In this case, I'm probably going to look at something like a 0.01, which is a much smaller value, 10 times smaller than what is originally there, and that's going to roll out a fair amount of that bass flubbiness we heard, and without necessarily removing the rich bass that is kind of cool with this amp. So that's going to be the next thing we're going to do. We got the soldering iron warmed up, the amp's already turned off and discharged. And okay, so as you can see, we've made our change. We've removed our 0.1 capacitor, 400 volts, mustard, and replaced it with a 400 volt Mallory 150 of 0.01 microfarads. You can also choose other values like 0.02. You can also go out of your way to get fancy mustard caps or whatever you want. Generally speaking, just changing one cap in an amp is not going to make a huge difference to the tone of it, so you don't have to go too crazy. You do want to make sure the value of the cap is a 400 volt rating, and that's about it. So we've only changed that one interstage cap between the first and second gain stage to roll out some bottom, and over here we have removed a cap presetting the presence to wide open. So we've basically taken out some treble at this end and added some treble at this end. Sounds like we've basically done nothing, but what should be the result of this is that when you wind up the amp to play it a little louder, it doesn't waffle as much in the bottom end, and it stays tighter in the power amp section, so you should get a little more headroom out of it. There we go. At this point, I'll also mention, since everyone's gonna ask anyway, what the guitar is. It's a Paul Reed Smith McCarty hardtail, and it's got some covered Alnico 2 Motor City Black Belt pickups in it. Anyway, let's listen to the amp. So the big bass is still there, but now it's in the growl territory instead of in the flub territory. There you go. 18 watts of